Hey guys, we are back up and running. Welcome to BGG. We got Ralph on the line today. How you doing, Ralph?
I'm doing well. How
Awesome, awesome. So, so Ralph, what tell us about yourself. Tell us what you got going on right now. It's your business.
Oh, well, thank you so much for letting me be on the show. I appreciate it. I'm a 39-year-old Marine Corps combat veteran. Served a couple tours in Iraq. Went through a lot of trauma coming home, and I decided that after all the mental health stuff I was dealing with, that I wanted to influence, inspire others. And I have a background of boxing and MMA. I said, you know what? One of the best things that we could do with mental health to combat mental health is physical fitness, boxing. And so after graduating from college, ended up getting my master's degree at USC, becoming a therapist for combat vets. I was like, it's time to develop my fight brand. My fight brand is Putasos. And for those that think it's a cuss word, it's actually Putasos. So,
Yeah.
and Putasos means throwing punches with the goal of inflicting maximum pain and damage.
Wow.
And as part of our brand, we throw Putasos at PTSD,
Okay.
anxiety, depression,
Nice.
that would hold you back from being the best version of yourself.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you for your service. First and foremost, I truly appreciate those that put their life on the line and go out there and actually serve for our country. That is amazing, and I know it's not easy. It's not an easy task that you put on, so I appreciate it. Um, so what made you get into MMA? What made you just switch up and do something to that degree?
Well, I started getting bullied in elementary school a little
Okay.
bit. So my mom decided, I was raised by a single mom. So she's like, I can't teach this kid how to fight. So she ended up taking me to a South El Monte boxing gym
Okay.
with a very, very just influential guy, Mr. Benny Lura.
Nice.
And I started training there. And I realized that it's one of those things that you don't have to talk about it.
Mm.
You don't have to talk your way through something. You show through your work, through your training.
That's what I'm saying.
That's good.
Yeah. So on on that note, um, so one of the things that Ralph has done is, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, we sometimes we get together and this guy has me so fired up about the moves that he's making as an entrepreneur and how he leans into the opportunity and just trust God to get him there.
Yeah.
And one of the things he that we had a conversation about probably about 5 or 6 weeks. It's probably been about 8 weeks ago, and he was telling me about it. I was like, okay, that's a big boy move. So I'm gonna ask you if it's appropriate because I think you sent me something that was that validated that conversation. So go ahead and shout it out, man. Tell us about what just happened.
All I have to say is what I'm about to share is through the grace of God, God's favor. Uh, I started this fight brand literally last June, and it's been 1 year to the day. And within 1 year, within 4 months of starting the brand, we were selling out of shirts, selling out of all of our apparel. People really love what the brand stands for, but there was something else in my heart, something that would have made me extremely uncomfortable. I would have had to get in arenas that I'm normally not real familiar with, and I decided that I was going to design a glove that would not only be sanctioned by the state of California, but all over the world. I didn't know how I was going to do that, but I heard this quote one time, and it said, if your dream doesn't scare you, it ain't big enough.
Oh, that's true. That's good.
And so I made it a personal goal to develop a glove that could be sanctioned for.
Uh-oh. We're having connection issues. Ralph's having connection issues. Oh, well,
Okay.
there goes. He'll
be
come back
in.
Yeah. That's awesome though to hear that he's doing such that dynamic. I wonder what I'm not familiar with MMA as much or boxing or what have you. I know MMA is like really big. It's huge. So there you go.
You know, his main thing is in the boxing lane though.
Yeah.
And then he's had, we'll let him get through the announcement, and then there's some other pieces too. Go ahead, Ralph. Finish telling us what you give us the announcement.
You there, Ralph?
His audio is still trying to connect.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Kim, he's it's amazing because when he first launched his brand, I was, I go boxing at the spin studio. We have, boxing. We had it outside in the pandemic. We had inside.
Yeah.
And as I would wear his gear, and I had people coming up and talking to me afterwards. Hey, where did you get that? I got one too. My boyfriend got one. It was crazy. Just random people and then I'd be outside and I'm wearing his gears, and guys would start driving by really slow, trying to see what my shirt was. I was like, man, what is going on? I'm hoping that and they were just checking out the shirts, and then he did the gloves, and then he had it's just amazing how fast. And then one of the things I really want to wait till we get him so he can spill the beans.
I think he's back.
Are you back, Ralph?
He's on mute now.
Okay.
He just has to unmute himself.
Just unmute yourself, Ralph, and then you'll be back in with us. Uh-oh. I'm having connection issues. I think we're still having. Oh, shoot. Sometimes our Wi-Fi's are just not the greatest.
Yeah, it's technology. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'll say this.
Are you back, Ralph? Okay. You unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
I'm back.
Awesome. He's back. Okay.
So
with your story, brother.
Oh, okay. Where did I leave
the
off?
announcement?
So you were talking about you're sanctioned. You're all over, all over the world.
So that was a big goal of mine, and I knew that it's one of the most difficult states to be sanctioned. That's why we have a lot of in Vegas. And
okay.
I ended up submitting the gloves to get sanctioned after 7 different changes that I made to these gloves. And I'm talking, I designed from the stitching to the thumb. There's so much that goes into gloves.
Wow.
Well, we just got a call from the commissioner of boxing, and he said, congratulations, you're the first veteran-owned fight brand that has their first pro fight glove. You're now sanctioned by the State Boxing Athletic Commission of California. So
awesome. Congratulations, Ralph. Appreciate that. Is amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Congrats. Wow. So let me ask you, where are you located? Where's your location?
We're in Menifee, California.
You right up the street. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, that is, it's good to hear that. Congrats, man. I know that is after working so hard on your vision and then it coming to pass, what better way to do it? In California, it's hard to do a lot of stuff. So I, bow down to you. Congratulations. So, yeah, so let me ask you something. Let me ask you, what would you say to someone coming up right now, someone that's, want to start a business? What would you say to them? Your challenges, your what you had to go through. What would you say to them to encourage them right now?
One of the biggest challenges that you're going to have, I don't believe that it's finance. I don't believe in connections that you need to make. I think one of the big challenges that you're going to have is, one, do not trust in other people to make your vision become a reality.
Woo! That's a good one. That is awesome. Yeah.
Because you are going to give power to people that could give a rip. And another thing is, you have to get this thing right here line with what God has promised.
Yeah.
Because you are going to fail over and over and over, and fear is going to overwhelm all of them. But you know what? When it's business, you're not what you feel, you're what you decide. And it's those that run that race regardless of feeling.
Wow.
I share that not because I'm telling you, hey, don't be afraid. I'm crapping bricks every day. I this business, like I'm gonna lose it today.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, even when the money's starting to come and all that, I'm like, how can I be faithful with today?
Right.
So you just can't be afraid, and you gotta keep control of this thing. Remind yourself that, hey, you know what? Tomorrow's gonna be better. I didn't make any sales. Okay.
Well,
This does.
Yeah, and the other part is, don't try to do it alone. I mean, you get mentorships, you get folks, and you ask the questions. I know one thing we did, Ralph, he asked the tough questions, and wants to know. But the other part about it is, I would say, as an entrepreneur and you're coming into the game, the final decision has to be yours, right? You can get the information, but the bottom line is, you got to be willing to pull the trigger. But likewise, you got to be willing. If you're not willing to pull the trigger, then you really aren't in the game.
Right.
So one thing with Ralph I can say is that he's always been, once he got the information and the green light comes on, he's jumping out the door, and that's what it takes too. So I really applaud your efforts, man, and love your hustle. This guy he says on his brand, fight to the end.
Fight to the
Fight
end.
to the end.
Yeah. That's good.
Of it. Like, every time I wanted to personally give up on not just the brand, when I wanted to give up on life, when I said, this is too much for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's when you see God move the most. And that's what this is all. Continue to inspire and be relentless in your pursuit of whatever it is you want to do.
Right. That's good, Ralph. I thank you for that, because that's a lot of times that is the number one issue that we have, where in business, like a lot of us that have our own businesses, we some have the mindset where if something goes wrong the first time, they're done, but not realizing you're not operating as an employee, you're working as an owner, the CEO. So things happen. Your mindset has to change. You have to be able to say, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm going to do. Put my mind to it and go do it. So I love what you said. You definitely put some things in perspective. And I really hope that some people were able to grasp what you were saying, those that are upcoming visionaries for their business, and they know that their baby, they have to carry it, but it's big. It's like when you have your vision, you're the only one that knows how the vision really goes. So if you allow someone else to try to taint your vision, or give you something that doesn't go along with your vision, it's not in line with what God gave you. That's how I look at it, you know. So you know, that's big. That's big, you know. Now what is the ages that you work with at your gym?
So I don't have a gym.
Oh, you don't have a gym. Oh no, you have the apparel. Oh yes. So do you have like, is there is it
So
ranges?
Our demographic is everybody. Anybody, an issue, mental health, it could be physical, spiritual, it doesn't matter. It's reminding the masses, people,
Gotcha.
you know, we all have the same blood running through our veins.
Yeah.
And we all have mental health. Just a lot of people are really good at covering it up.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is what it's about. It's like, be authentic, be your real self, because it's you being your real self that is going to have people fall in love with you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I wanted to add something to what you were saying earlier about entrepreneurs, and you got to have some fight in you.
That's good. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
You can't, like I said before, you cannot share your dream with everybody.
Whew.
You gotta know.
Yeah. There's dream killers out there. There's some dream killers out there, and some very people preying on others. And I don't mean PRAY, but they PREY. So definitely.
Like crabs in a bucket.
Yes. Yes.
You got another one pulling them down.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, be your own family.
That's big. That's so big.
So tight to your chest, and you'll know the right people.
Definitely.
That are in your circle.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, Ralph, we want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time out, giving us sharing with us with your business. How can people get connected with you?
So one of the biggest things is we have our website, we have Instagram. So for our website, it's www.putasosfightapparel.com. And Putasos is spelled Putasos, fightapparel.com. And our Instagram is Inc. So Putasosinc. Check us out, follow us. It's all about inspiring and just like we ain't got time to quit.
That part.
Forward.
Nice.
Absolutely. Fight forward, baby. Fight forward.
Yes. So thank you, Ralph. We appreciate it.
Love you, Ralph. You the man. You the man. Let's we're gonna chase that bag together, baby.
All right.
All right. All right, Ralph. You take care. Thank you.
All right. God bless you. We'll see you, brother. BGG out. We're out, BGG.